The Bama Spring Game is in the books. The voice of college football breaking down the tide. We do so with Stephen M. Smith of Touchdown Alabama. We would invite you to head on over to touchdownalabama.com. Also, right here on YouTube, in my own words, Stephen's show that airs live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Stephen, how are we doing today?
Doing great, Mark. Fresh off the spring game, final practice of the spring semester for Alabama, and it was a very evenly contested 8-day game.
Stephen, if we would go back years, we would see spring games across the nation as more like real football games. But coaches across the nation have pared back the physicality, the approach to being less like a actual football game, and based on the health of the players, with the first and foremost being their thought process. Even at places like Ohio State, they didn't really tackle at all yesterday in Columbus. Alabama, though, plays one of the more competitive spring games and continues to under Nick Saban. That's obviously something that he believes in.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of tackling in the Crimson Tide spring game. Now, of course, the quarterback is that's the position that's not live.
Sure.
You can touch the quarterback down, but as far as every other position, there's some pants popping, there's some hitting. And of course, Coach Saban in that pink suit has got to recognize where he is because you can't afford him getting ran over.
Now, we notice, fortunately, from the broadcast, it's great to get that interaction with Coach Saban throughout the game and to get his insight into what he's looking at, what he sees that he likes, what he doesn't. He was always, I will tell you, Stephen, I don't know if you've had a chance to go back. You were there live at the game, to go back to the broadcast, but he was very pleased, at least based on his comments, with Bryce Young's performance when there were a few mistakes, like there in the, I believe it was late in the first half with a fumble that was knocked out of his hands for a touchdown, quick to defend Bryce Young's play there, that it wasn't his fault, that it was the offensive line. He just seemed very pleased with Bryce Young, and I certainly saw the athleticism on display. He threw some passes where he was off platform, threw it accurately, threw it across his body, made the throws, and he looks very smooth.
This was a spring game, Mark, where you wanted to see Bryce Young check off all the boxes that you had for him coming into the event, and he did that. I can mention he made throws off platform. He stepped up in the pocket and made throws. He was able to go through progressions despite the fact that he had pressure in his face at times. There was a play where he was able to extend and juke Byron Young out of his shoes to find Roydale Williams on a 47-yard wheel route. He hooked up with Cameron Latu for a 59-yard touchdown. There was a lot of chemistry between Young and his roommate, Trayshawn Holden. Holden had 8 catches for 89 yards. Slade Bolden got involved in the action. He had 5 to 6 catches. Jamil Billingsley had 3 to 4 receptions. So all of the box that you had for Bryce Young coming in, can he make all the throws? Can he make them consistently? Can he be accurate? Can he have a variety of throws, whether they're fireballs or him putting touch on the ball? All of the boxes you had for him coming in, he checked off. And it was a very calming feeling for Coach Saban, for Bill O'Brien, and for the near 50,000 fans in attendance watching this young man go for over 300 yards passing.
Now, Stephen, you set us up for the play of Roydale Williams. And Saban mentioned him a few times when addressing the running back room. And as you had mentioned to us last week, being very pleased, not just in particular to this game, but the entirety of the spring, how he has stepped up and made himself a factor in the running back category.
Absolutely. And here's a guy that from Hueytown High School in the Birmingham area, he has a gear to him. And I remember when Williams signed his national letter of intent to come to Alabama in the 2020 class, he looked dead in front of the camera and he told reporters the 2019 season will be the last time Alabama will ever miss the college football playoff because I'm coming to play for the Tide. And we saw last season where he got some opportunities, not a whole bunch, but this spring he has made it a mission to let the coaching staff know, hey, I'm here. You can't afford to lose me because I'm a big deal. And he showed it in the second scrimmage, over 100 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. And despite the fact that he probably didn't rush for a lot of yards in the 8-day game, he showed the versatility out of the backfield. 4 catches for 65 yards. He had over 100 yards in scrimmage, 108 to be exact. So he showed not only can he run the ball with power, he's got some speed, but he's also got the ability to catch the ball out the backfield, and he's going full speed to where he causes defensive backs to lose sight of where he is at times on the field. So a little bit of versatility from Roydale Williams in the spring game.